Hello traders, welcome back to TGN FX. We're going to have a quick weekly forecast about EU, GU, and also CADJPY and gold, right? In one video. So what we see on the dollar time frame, we see that price was so close to fill this weekly BC. Yes, it could be seen that it did chop into it, but it was a 1 pip short. Right, if we zoom in, we're gonna see that it was 1 pip short, that it missed the weekly BC, but it doesn't mean that we couldn't find a good entry to do that. We did find entries, buy entries to go higher after we had a clear market structure shift in intraday. But the weekly BC is still our drawn liquidity. We still be expecting price to go higher, filling this weekly right here, filling this weekly CB. You see, so I'm expecting this weekly CB, which me call it CB. I'm expecting price to do something like this. In 1 week, in 2 weeks, who knows? We're just expecting price to fill this fair value gap here at premium. If we use our range, when I see price gets to premium of the range, then drops lower to fill to check sell side liquidity below this low here and to fill the weekly BC. This is what I'm expecting, and this is my invalidation point. We could have an entry here as weekly CB. Price could just find some support in this mitigation block, but could just do something like this and drops lower here without maybe feeling, without retracing to premium range. But ideally I want to see price retrace to premium, and if price mitigate this mitigation block, then it shows clear reaction. I want to say clear market structure shift intraday at 4 hour on 1 hour. Then I'm gonna be flexible and go with the market. I'm not a stubborn guy. I'm not someone who try to force the scenario that for price to trade to premium. I, I'm just gonna be flexible with price. But here at this time, I'm expecting ideally for price to retrace to premium range to option trade entry, they retrace, and we have at trading premium trading range. We have this weekly CB. We have also this order block right here, or maybe this mitigation block. But overall, this is my invalidation point. I don't want to see price retrace to check this invalidation point as long as this swing high has filled this fair value gap right here, and if it is taken, there is a higher chance to check this one than to check this equal highs above. And maybe we're gonna have what an accumulation, manipulation, then distribution higher if price. Show you if price do something like this, we're gonna have a market structure shift to go higher as accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Until then, where I'm expecting price to drop lower. On the daily time frame, what we see, I see in the daily time frame we have this weekly CB, right? We have this weekly CB that I'm expecting price to fill, and inside this weekly CB we have this volume imbalance right here. It's an imbalance here, fair value gap, right? So I'm expecting price to drop to this level, then something like this, and let's see if this level it is a premium, and it is a premium. But like I said, I don't like to pick the high. I want to see a clear confirmation that price it is retracing, it is reversing lower by then once price fill these levels, and this is what I'm looking for. And also, like I told you, we have this weekly mitigation block right here, this one, price could find some resistance there, then drops lower without retracing to premium, and that's also fine. From the daily time frame, what I see this, we have this fair value gap right here, and there is a higher chance for this week to do something like this, to drop slower a little, to find some support at this fair value gap right here, then goes higher, then maybe at Tuesday or Friday, we're gonna see some reversal lower if there is momentum, and because we have a lot of news this week, we could see that in 1 week. Could see this movement that price could drop lower, fill our levels, then reverses lower in 1 week because we have FOMC news, we have interest rate news, we have GDP news, we have a lot of red news this day. We have PMI news, right? For EU, for Euro, for GBP, yeah, it's quite an interesting week. Yeah. So, or maybe price could just do this in 1 week, then next week, or maybe price could just do this to our levels here, or maybe expand more higher because of the news to fill this fair value gap. Then next week we're gonna see something like this. But as long as price it doesn't take this high, we're still expecting bearish prices. The same as the daily time frame, we see that price is going to fill this fair value gap right here. The same for what I want to say, the same for EU. We see in that price it is going to fill this fair value gap right here. And on the daily time frame, what we see, this is a weekly BC, right? On the weekly time frame, we see that we have our invalidation level this low here. We don't want to see price retrace to check this low out. If it does, we're having a market structure shift to drop lower, checking this trendline phantom here and to fill the monthly BC, but under then we are still expecting bullishness. And we have what? We have this mitigation block. If you see it, we have this mitigation block inside our premium, inside our discount, right? So I'm expecting some kind of retracement to these levels here to continue higher, or maybe we have another order block here. We just don't say, okay, price it is a discount, okay, let's just buy. Yeah, that's fine to start buying at that time once price it gets to discount, but you should know what model you are trading. If you do that, you are expecting the trade to be a swing trade or a position trade. You are expecting to hold trade for days or for months to unfold or for weeks to unfold. Because if I just buy here, where is my stop loss? My stop loss is here. It's 164 pips. It doesn't mean this is a wrong trade. It just means it's gonna take time. And if you are a swing trader, you should check this trade without any confirmation because this is what IOF is suggesting. For me as a day trader, I need to see some kind of reversal or I'm gonna keep selling price, right? Based on hourly chart, based on 4 hour and 1 hour time frame. And that's it. On the daily time frame, what I see price. We have this weekly BC right here that I'm expecting it to fill, and we have this daily CB, right? This is a daily CB. There is a higher chance this week to do something like this, fill the daily CB with the daily price balance range or inverted fair value gap, we could call it to make it so simple. So and drops lower to do something like this, then maybe to do something like this to go higher. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting as price action for the upcoming weeks. Is this move gonna be in 1 week? Maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe. But we know what we do. I'm going to keep selling the hourly chart, the 4 hour time frame. If you see, I'm gonna keep selling that as we have here, we have this fair value gap, we have this accumulation. I'm looking for a manipulation higher, ideally to this fair value gap right here, to this mitigation block right here. I want to see something price to do something like this, then drops lower. This is what I'm expecting this week. And then once price be here, maybe a Tuesday, we're gonna see some kind of reversal for price to go higher. There is momentum, and we have momentum. Like I told you, for the dollar, we're gonna have that momentum. So let's see if it is gonna reverse this week, or maybe it's just gonna keep dropping lower to further premium prices, discount prices before reversing, right? But that's what I'm expecting this week. On the XY 4 hour, I didn't check that. Yeah, if we use the 4 hour time frame for the XY, I don't, if price it is still bullish, I don't want to see this low to be taken, this one here. And I'm gonna use what? I'm gonna use a Fibonacci level from this low here to this high. I want to see some kind of retracement to discount to premium with the daily range to something to do this. That's what I'm expecting next week or for the upcoming week, right? That's easy. So let's see what's gonna happen. But this is my invalidation point for that, for this bullishness scenario to bearish. This is my invalidation point. If price from this point decide to just drop lower, I don't want to see price check this low. If it does, there is a higher chance it is gonna check this equal lows, filling this weekly BC. And I don't want to be a buyer also from this fair value gap. It's not big because it is wrong. Maybe price could just fill that fair value gap here and went higher. It just the range, the 4 hour range is starts from this low here. And if you see this, if we use this range here, price it never did retrace to premium, so to discount, then we're going to extend our range to the next high. Then this is our range now. If price keep extending, we could do this here, or we could also feel for some. We look if price do something like this. Let's just some price fill this fair value gap, then break of market structure. Of course, I'm gonna use the hourly charts by then. I'm gonna look for some kind of discount prices to continue higher. I'm not be expecting this fair value gap by then to be filled once price took this high. Until then, I'm not. I'm waiting for this fair value gap. It is the discount prices. The- It's where the discount prices I want to buy from. On GBPUSD, what I see on the weekly time frame, we see that price which is tracing to this weekly order block, right? I want to see some expansion from this weekly order block. Doesn't mean that price could not check these lows. Yes, could check these lows, could also find some kind of support from this volume imbalance right here. That was a resistance first, a bearish volume imbalance that now it is a bullish volume imbalance. I'm expecting it to support price to go higher. Maybe, maybe we're gonna check this low and this low to find some support here, right? Or maybe this volume imbalance, we have the close here, then the open here, so we have some kind of gap here that price could retrace to, but I don't want to see price check this low. If price check this low, we're gonna have a shift in marketplace for price to check this low and this low here. So ideally, I want to see price find some support here on this culture, this range. And if we use our Fibonacci level, what we see, get rid of this, what we see price, it is at discount now. We're just waiting for price to do some kind of shift to go higher, or maybe price could just continue lower. But what we see this fair value gap right here. That if we point if price shifted from discount here and find some some support from this weekly order block or from this daily order block, we're gonna be targeting this fair value gap first, then this high. Or maybe price based on what we are expecting on the dollar. We could see something like this, then a drop lower here, but we don't want to see price to check this low to continue higher. Yes, maybe we're gonna see this price could goes higher to this fair value gap and then drops to optional trade entry, then do something like this. Yes, we still gonna be expecting bullishness as long as this high is still here. On GPY index, I'm seeing that price has filled this weekly CB here, and now it is dropping lower. I'm expecting price to continue lower, and I don't want to see the price take this high. This is my invalidation point. I want to see price just drops lower. We don't have any data here from the index, maybe from the future prices, not right now. I'm just showing you the index. So we're gonna keep target first this sell side liquidity. This is the sell side liquidity we are targeting. Yeah, even if price take this sell side liquidity, then it should try to fill the internal liquidity. It doesn't mean, okay, price it took this, now we should be buying to check this equal highs. Yes, that's the idea. Once price took sell side liquidity, it is gonna look to take buy side liquidity. But first, we need to look for a confirmation, and there is a higher chance for this trader that who took buys entry here, thinking that we have a buy side liquidity here to be liquidated. There is a higher chance they're gonna be liquidated here first, then price could go higher. Yes, until then, we're still expecting bearishness price to drop lower. We don't pick the low. I'm telling you in this channel in every video that I posted, I said don't pick the low, don't pick the low, don't pick the low, don't pick the high. Yes, don't pick that. Don't say okay, this is the low. Look for confirmation, then you can pick the low or the high. Say okay, this is the high, but first look for a confirmation. So on CADJPY, I'm gonna show you CADJPY. The same on the weekly time frame, what I'm expecting. Okay, price we could see. Let me get rid of this. We see that price has fit this weekly fair value gap right here, and it took the low of this candle and the high of this candle. It is a good information now for price that it has shifted to bullish, and we have our invalidation point here. And if we see the monthly time frame, what we see price has opened here, then it drops lower, making the low of the week here, and now we have this rejection here from this inverted monthly fair value gap or price balance ratio from this CB that now it is acting like a resistance. It doesn't matter what to name it, it has the same job as to resist price now to go higher. That's the job that it has. Doesn't matter if you call it fair value gap, CB, inverted fair value gap, or imbalance or inefficiency. What do you like? Name it X or Y or Z if you want. So price, now we are targeting buy side liquidity here, and I don't want to see price drop to take the low again because I believe this is the low of the month. Yes, price has went higher, making the high of the month, then drops lower, making the low of the month, and we are expecting now some kind of reversal. That's fine. That's what price could just close, the monthly time frame could just close above this high here, right? Or maybe price could close as a bearish contraction candle, then it is gonna continue higher the next month. We still have 7 days, we still have this trading week, 5 days to tell us a story for the next month. But the weekly time frame, we have obvious story. We have that price has closed as a reversal candle or as an outside candle or name it what you want. This candle here, you can call it outside candle. It took this low, it took the high, so it is an outside candle or engulfing candle, or you know like I told you, naming stuff is easy, but understanding how to use that stuff, that's the hard thing. So I'm expecting bullishness for this weekly CB. Yes, maybe price could find some support on this weekly CB to drop a little lower, make the low of the week, then continue higher. That's fine, but it doesn't mean it is gonna hold price. I don't expect this weekly CB to hold price. That's the higher probability. I'm not saying that price couldn't hold price. I'm just saying this is the higher probability for me. It, I'm expecting it to be broken. But if it did hold price, then it took this low. I'm not just stubborn, guys. I'm not just stubborn, head. I'm just gonna look for a sell entry to this monthly BC, right? Until then, now I'm expecting bullishness. On the daily time frame, what I see that price has these equal highs here, has these highs that they are also equal highs on lower time frame, these weeks here, and then price has dropped lower, taking sell side liquidity below this low here, filling the imbalances here to the daily order block. Then now price has started to shift higher after the last week was contracting a lot, making small candles, contracting after price. If price keep contraction like this, we should be expecting always an expansion, either higher or lower. But what we're gonna follow, it bullish or bearish, it's gonna be based on IF. So if the IF is bullish, the higher probability of that expansion is gonna be bullish. If IF is bearish, the higher probability is bearish. So contraction candles by themselves doesn't tell a story. Doesn't mean that we are contraction now. We see these big weeks here, big weeks here. So let's keep selling, or maybe we big weeks here, big weeks here. So let's keep buying. It doesn't tell you a story. This contraction here, it just tell you that we're gonna have an expansion. In what direction? That's the eye of job. Right now, what we see that we have some daily fair value gap right here. That price could fill. We have this daily fair value gap right here, and we could see something like this. So let me clear my chart. I'm not gonna use this level here, so I don't need it. And this level it is used. So this is, and yeah, price could just drop lower, find some support on EURUSD and went and reverses higher. So we have this daily fair value gap right here. We're gonna leave it here. Price could just do something like this, then went higher. Like I told you, that's that's you know that's fine to do. But but this is the thing. If I wanna see price fill this fair value gap here, I need price to check this low here first. Like I told you, the daily is what? Bullish. The 4 hour is bullish, so I'm using the 4 hour range. And what is the 4 hour range telling me? We have this low and this high. I'm expecting price to fill this fair value gap right here on this count, then reverses higher. That's what I'm expecting price to do. I'm expecting price to fill this fair value gap right here, then reverses higher. If price check this low, yes, then I'm expecting price to fill this daily fair value gap, then to 4 hour fair value gap just below here, then expand higher, check into the liquidity below this low. But until then, I'm expecting movement from here, from this cut of this 4 hour range, right? So let's see. Let's wait for Monday candle to confirm that. On gold, what we see on gold, On the weekly time frame, we see price is feeling this has filled this weekly CB and it shows kind of some reaction lower. Doesn't mean this close of this last week that we're gonna see bearish prices. No, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means that price it is retracing maybe to discount to go higher because the IF is bullish. Even if we have this candle here like this closing like this, yeah, it could suggest some kind of bearish movement to discount the daily range, but it doesn't mean it's gonna check this low. I don't want to see price reverses to check this low here. I don't want to see price to drop checking this low here. So I'm expecting some kind of bullishness from this weekly if we clean our chart again. Let's see what I'm gonna get rid of. Yeah, and this. We see that we have this weekly fair value gap right here. That price could feel, yeah, price could feel that from weekly time frame. Could do something like this. Yes, and it did show some movement reaction from that weekly CB, but I'm going to expect some kind of reversal to go higher. On the daily time frame, what I see that this fair value gap starts from here. Doesn't mean that price could not go higher from this CB. No, yeah, it means that it does mean that price it could go higher from here. Let me clear again my chart. Okay, it is clean. Yes, and we have this range here, this low to this high. For you are using Fibonacci, we have something like this. We have this low here, this high. We are at discount. I'm expecting what? I'm expecting some kind of bullishness from option trade entry to go higher. But if price shows reaction that it is gonna drop lower, taking this low here. If you see this low, this small low here, yes, we could say that we have a rejection block that price could fill this rejection block and reverses. I know that. I know it could, but I don't want it to see it take this low. If it does, there's a higher chance that price gonna fill this fair value gap. So I'm gonna be waiting. I'm gonna be on sidelines. I'm not gonna be a buyer from this rejection block, but I'm not gonna be a seller too. I'm just gonna be waiting to see if price gonna reverses from this fair value gap and choose clear reaction, clear break of market structure or clear market structure shift. I'm gonna look for a buy entry then and goes higher. But until then, I'm looking for buy here. Then if price take this low, I'm gonna be waiting for this weekly CB, and I am not gonna take a counter trade because there is also a higher chance that price could just fit this rejection block and goes higher. So why take the risk? You understand? Why you're gonna take the risk if price at that time is not gonna be one-sided. It's gonna be the probabilities are close between bear side and bullish side. So it's better to be on sidelines at that time. Right now, we still have bullish movement higher from that from this daily BC. And what we see that we have this weekly CB right here, and on 4 hour time frame we have this 4 hour order block. We could get rid of this level to clean it. We know that there was a daily CBC here that price has filled, and price now it is reaction from this weekly order block or for this 4 hour order block or this 4 hour breaker. Name use what you want. If you wanna use the order block, this is the black one. If you wanna use the breaker, this is the green candle. Use them the same level, the same open and close, the same. This is the close, this is the open, the same level here. And like I told you, I want to see first if I want to be bullish from this level here, I want to see first this high to be broken. If price do something like this, I'm bullish here. Maybe you could check this low here first. I am bullish by then. Until then, I'm expecting some kind of drop movement. And like I told you, if that low candle has been taken, I'm gonna be on sidelines. Not even gonna look for a sell entry. So see you at the next video, and thank you so much for joining me in this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the button and like the video. It is gonna be helping me a lot to 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 make other videos. Yeah. So thank you so much. See ya at the next video.